They're walking on, walk on, man. Hey guys, welcome back to another center point construction video. In today's video we're going to be talking about laying blocks and what mixture is needed to lay blocks, because to lay the blocks you need two different types of mixture. You need the mortar, which is needed to lay the blocks, and then you need the actual cement mixture to fill the block pockets. So we're going to be discussing that, explaining that to you guys for those who don't know that there's two different types, and this is the final level. As I stated, we're just going to show you guys what we did, but it's basically just block work, some belting and lintels that we did so far, and we're just going to walk you guys through some process of laying blocks and see what it looks like to lay the blocks. Before we get started, let me just say thanks to all my subscribers, all my viewers, to all the new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to all the returning subscribers, guys, thank you guys. Bless up yourself. Much appreciated. Thank you guys for being here, for coming back all the time, and for sharing our videos for those who are sharing it. And guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment, guys. You know, let's chat it up. So anyways, without further ado, let's jump into this video. Okay, so here you can see he's throwing what look like sand and stone into the sieve. So basically what he's doing is basically sieving out all the rougher debris from out of the sand. And as you can see, he threw the remainder of it into the wheelbarrow, or you can always put it at the side because nothing will go to waste. And I'll explain to you what he's going to be using that debris for after. So the reason why he's sieving this sand is to get a finer, smoother finish. That way there's not too much big hefty things in it. So basically what they're going to be doing with this sand is they're going to be using it to make the mortar that is needed for the laying of the blocks. So watch and see, and you're going to see the difference between the two type of mixtures. So this process right here is long and tedious, and you'll see how hard these workers work, because it's not a little bit of mixture you need to lay blocks, guys. It's a whole lot of mixture, and to be doing this, like, it takes time. I sat and I watched, and I'm like, this is a true gym workout, right? So anyways, as you can see, they're going at it, because you have to get a great amount, because it does take a good amount to lay at least 100 blocks. So most mason, like a single mason, might lay 100 blocks, 200 blocks, depending how fast they work and how great of help they have. And again, it also has to do with what time they start working and what time they stop working for the day. So, you know, it all depends how much they want to lay for the day. So he's gonna lay 100 blocks for the day. So we're gonna see what it is that he's doing. So here we go. He's adding the cement now to this mixture. So as you can see, the sand is all sieved out, and now they're going to be adding the cement to it. Right here, they're spreading over the cement over the sand in order to be able to mix it in properly. So what they're going to be doing now is they're going to be mixing the sand and the cement together to create an even mixture for the mortar. For those who haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, turn on your post notification bell, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment, guys, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, and share our videos. Please and thank you. So right here, as you can see, they're creating their space to pour the water in. So they're making a little barrier. So that way when they pour the water in, it doesn't run all over the place or run away. So that's why they create that donut look, that hole in the middle for the water. So you're gonna see the whole process, see? So it's like a barricade so that the water does not escape. So here they go. See, the water is not going anywhere, guys. Not yet. It's not going anywhere yet. So that's why they make it like that, so that way they can pour the water in that they need before they can start mixing and don't have to be chasing or trying to control the water. And there they are. The reason I'm showing you guys this, to make you guys see that this process actually takes long, is because a lot of people will say, oh, they take forever to lay a couple blocks and they this and they that. And I'm like, especially when they're using manual labor, guys, it is not a cut and dry. It's not a 1-2 turn. It's not that easy. It does take time. And as you can see here, like, this is even speed up. Like, just going 4 times the normal speed, to be totally honest. I'll be telling you guys that. But it does take a long time to mix, to sieve, to mix, to pour, it's a long time. And they're working with elements of the sun, you know, like, it's not as easy. Like, you guys are probably wondering why we had those mixture behind, why he have to be sieving it out, because the day before, a couple days before, they were using that mixture to fill, or that pile was to fill the block pockets, but then came the rain, so we had to leave it. And again, they're trying to work against time. Yes, it's sunny, but sometimes the rain is set to come and you have to get these things done before the rain. Or if it's a hot day, like, you have to bear with them and understand the situation. Like, they're not working inside, they're outside, guys. And as you can see, the process does take long. So that's why I'm showing you guys this, to make you guys see that this process is not a fast moving process. Unless you have a mixer, then for sure. But again, it still will take time, because you have to measure out your sand, your cement. You have to load the mixer, sorry. You have to load it. You have to put water in it. You have to pour it back out. It's a long process. It doesn't matter how you cut it. It's a long process. The mixer versus the manual, it's just that it takes off some of the wear and tear off your body, and it does speed it up a little, not significantly, because as I said, if you don't have, like, you'd have to have more manpower loading it for it to be a significant difference. But if you're using the same 2 laborer, it's not going to be that big of a difference. It's just that, you know, less work on your body, more work on the machine. So the next step is the wetting process. So you need to wet up your work area, guys. So that's the mortar board. They're wetting up the mortar board. And also, before you start laying the mortar onto the blocks need to be wet. You have to wet up the blocks, guys. So again, they're here, they're wetting up the mortar board, and there he is dumping out his first bucket of mortar. And then they'll continue doing their mixture whenever needed on the side. So that's what it looks like. See it? There it is. That's what it is to lay the blocks. Okay, So now the mason step up and he's ready to start laying his blocks. Another thing, guys, before he start laying, you're probably wondering how the steels keep getting taller and taller when at certain height you realize the steels were a certain length. Okay, so what they do, they have to tie the steels then back in. So as you can see, these steels are taller compared to the steels that you're seeing behind, because what they do, the steels are cut at a certain length, and then after they reach that height, they either tie it back. Some people don't tie it, some just, you know, push it below where the other steel finishes a good distance down and just continue it. But I prefer them when they're tied with like a binding wire to make it stronger and stay together better. So yes, and as you can see, they use their level to make sure. There's also a string that they use to keep that line. They're level to make sure that things are leveled properly so that you don't get twist up walls and so forth. So they have to do their due diligence to make sure those walls are straight enough. I know, yes, you can always straighten the walls back out with the rendering process, but then that costs you out of your pocket for the rendering. So what you're gonna see over here is his right hand is cutting the blocks to create half blocks. So if you don't buy the female blocks, guys, you will end up with a lot of wastage. I know sometimes you can't get the female blocks. That have happened to me a whole lot of time. So those lines that you're seeing in the blocks, it makes it easier for the blocks to be split in two for you to get two perfect half, and you're not wasting your blocks. So that's what it looks like when your blocks are cut for the little half blocks that they need. Now sometimes they don't break clean, but at least it's still close enough, as you can see there. But yeah, and that's how you eliminate your wastage. So make sure when you're buying your blocks, please ask your supplier if there's female blocks in there, and if they don't, try to seek out to buy some female blocks in order to save on wastage, because when you do cut the solid blocks that don't have the female split in it, you're wasting more than half of your blocks if the person cutting it cannot get it as close as possible to a half. So one thing you should know, once his mortar is wet enough, he doesn't need to be wetting the blocks. That's why sometimes you'll see them with a little water bottle spraying it or sprinkling it on the mortars to keep that mortar moist, so that the water from it will keep those blocks together. So you might be wondering why they keep wetting it. Is to have that consistency, that wetness, so that the blocks will cure together. Okay, so this is just not going to be a normal wall. You guys are might be wondering, why is he building it like this? So this wall right now is actually a bedroom wall, because it's on the inner part of the house, basically in the middle of the house. It doesn't have any ventilation. So what we did is we actually made all the rooms that are inner on the inner part of the house, we created windows to lead back to the hallway. So what he's doing, why he's doing it like this, is to put in windows. So anytime you're seeing it built like that, guys, it's either it's going to be a doorway or it's going to be a window. So they stagger it, create the balance to create that spacing for the window or the door. So again, I wouldn't be for the door or for whatever opening, but anyways, you get the point. Yeah, so that's something that you guys, I see a lot of house you go into and they forget to put a window inside of an inner room. Like, you feel like you're in a prison cell. I don't want a room where you're just inside the room. There's no ventilation. There's nothing in that room. You close that door and you're basically inhaling bad air tightness, like there's no airflow in that room. So that's something that you guys need to pay attention to, especially building a concrete house, that you need to make sure that you have proper ventilation. The fan in the ceiling is not just going to do it. Like, where is that air going? If you don't have somewhere for air to come in and for air to go out, it's the same air just what do you call it, cycling into the room. Like, it's going nowhere. So you'd have to basically open your room door, and if you want to sleep or want privacy, you can't do that. So again, here we are creating windows for this room to make sure that we have proper airflow, and we make sure that they're leading back to a passageway. It's not leading back to another room or to some weird place in your home. It's leading back to a passage. So be careful, guys. Make sure you look into your drawings and make sure that those things are accounted for, especially if you're building multiple rooms, a big house. Like a smaller house, that won't be a problem, but a bigger house that has rooms on the inside of the building and not on the outer wall, you will have to create proper ventilation for those rooms. See how perfect that fit? So what he did here, if you realize there's a little bit of space and a little bit of gap, so he just kind of just shift the blocks a little, and then they'll just fill it with mortar, right? Okay, so what's gonna happen here is he have laid 4 complete row of blocks, as you guys can see. So what he's going to be doing here is leaving it for a little bit, then he's going to be filling the block pockets. Some people will fill their block pockets every 4 to 5 row of blocks. I don't like when masons tend to go more than that, because I find that that leave gaps in your filling of your block pockets. And again, if there's sudden wind coming by or anything like that, like the storm that passed, that was a crazy one, because I know somebody who lost so many blocks from that because those block pockets were not filled and the wall was so tall. Make sure your mason is filling your block pocket every 4 to 5 block height to have proper filling in your block pockets, guys. As you can see here, he's using the string to keep the block straight. In the beginning, you saw he was using his level. Now he's using the string because he's dealing with a longer stretch of wall. And as he goes up, he moved the block up and he tied a string to the other end to ensure that the blocks are laying straight. So that's why they do it, guys, to make sure to keep it in line, to make sure the blocks are all going to be straight. So he starts with the level to catch the level of the wall first, and then he uses the string afterwards. So this is the, let me show you what it looks like from the other side. So I'm going to show you the view. So this is what it looks like from the view where he's not working on, and then from the other side that he's working on, this is what it looks like. Okay, so he's actually, he have to build what we call a scaffold, man-made scaffold, so that he's up on there, and that's what it looks like from this side. And this is his helper passing the blocks up to him so that it goes faster. So they move the blocks, they stop the blocks close, and then you still have to have someone handing the blocks to the mason. So again, as I said, it's a tedious job, guys. It does take a lot of time, take a lot of manpower, and so forth. Yeah. Okay, so remember we were talking about the window and the ventilation for the room vent that are on the inner wall, inner part of your house. So here is what it looks like. So this is a room, that's is the room that he's building the wall right now. That's the window that's going to be there. So we just need one window on that side, and on the other wall here to the left, there's actually going to be another window. And what's going to happen is there's going to be a cross breeze, which is going to be perfect, because this wall that he's working on is the main hallway that's leading back out to the veranda that's coming from the ocean view. And then this wall to the left is leading back to the kitchen, where there's an open patio door as well, and it's an open concept, so you'll be having the breeze flow in and circulate throughout the room properly. And what will be happening with the wall behind, we're going to be having a door that leads to the next hallway. So again, you'll have a lot of ventilation going in through this particular room. So those block pockets were already filled before he continued moving up. And for you guys to know if your block pocket was filled, sometimes you will see run-ins down on the blocks. That's to show that is also a sign, guys, that the blocks were filled with the mixture to continue going up with more block work. So if you look right here, you will see the the drippings running down, because he already had filled it, and then continue working on. And when he filled it, he'll move to another wall that they're building. So they build multiple walls so that way they can keep working. So they might work on this side and then move to the other side. See Kevin chilling with his friends. Yeah. So here he is with the mixture for the block filling. So this one has stone, sand, and cement, and it has to be more liquidy than the other mixture, than the mortar. And again, don't forget you have stones in it now. So the stones, if it's too thick, then it's going to clog up and don't go down into the block pockets the way it's supposed to. So here he is pouring it into the block pockets. And normally they take a piece of steel and they ram it into it to make sure that the filling goes into the pockets and go down and there's no built up. This is, we do an update video, So here he is using the steel to clear it to make sure that there's no buildup and that the filling is going all the way down to the bottom where it's supposed to be. This is a Mason soup kitchen. There you go. See? That's where it's supposed to be. Nice and fluid. Like as much as their stones are in it, should be able to go down into the block pockets smoothly. So for the bedroom with the windows that we were talking about with the cross breeze, let me just see if I can show you guys now that all the walls are up and finished. Okay, so this is from the back. Okay, that's a closet. Let's see here. Okay, so you can see the window over there, but let's go get a better view. Okay, so here is the hallway. As I said, it came back through, and that's the kitchen arch, and the kitchen is open up. So again, the cross breeze. And then I stated before that there's a door that leads back into the other hallway. So this is the other hallway that it leads back to. And then so you have the kitchen cross breach that's going to be coming in from the open concept. That's a patio door, lots of windows, lots of breeze, lots of light that's going to be coming in. And with the window there, it's going to also create lighting for the room. So all you have to do is just pull your curtain and you get some light, or your blinds, whichever. And then here is the other one from the hallway, and it will have the breeze coming in again, also from the kitchen family room concept and from the veranda. So good ventilation coming in. So I hope that helped you guys understand a little better of how the block work is done and the purpose of the different type of mixture there is for the completion of the block work. Thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed and wonderful day. Until next time.